Hey guys, it's Danny. Alrighty, I know today I promised you the product review, but it's incomplete. I was prepared to film it, but it's not gonna work. So we're gonna do something else, something that I've been planning for quite a while and never got around to do it. I'm gonna do a mini terrarium using my Selaginella moss. Now this moss really likes high humidity, and sometimes I kinda neglect it. And judging by the look of it, I think we would prefer a little bit more humidity, or at least a little bit more watering than I'm currently providing. So what better candidate for a mini terrarium than the Selaginella moss? Now if you remember this, it's the leftover glass bowl that I used for the Christmas decorations with orchids. And at the moment it has no purpose, so we're gonna transform this into a little terrarium. Now this is the very first time I'm gonna attempt a mini terrarium, not sure what's gonna end up, but we'll just see together. Alrighty, I'm gonna go get the soil and we'll start. Alrighty, so I have my soil here. I discovered this new one, which supposedly is based on compost, and I have to say it looks a lot better than the Compo Guano one, so I'm kind of switching to this one now. I also found some rocks in the garden and hopefully we'll make a little scape out of it. We have the bowl and of course we have the plant. Now I've read up a little bit on terrariums. Some people like to put a layer of rocks at the bottom for some more drainage, because as you can see, this glass bowl does not have drainage holes. While other people suggest it's not necessarily a good idea because it creates a barrier between the water and the actual soil, which means water will accumulate, it will not evaporate, and the end result will be quite the murky situation. I've never done this before, so I don't have my own opinion yet, but I can see how water does indeed get trapped in between those rocks. Maybe that's the purpose, but I see how it can become a problem. So I'm not gonna use the layer of rocks, I'm gonna use directly soil, because whatever water remains at the bottom will be sucked up by the soil at the surface where it will evaporate. And of course I will be careful not to water too much. Also, I'm dealing with a moss type of plant which loves water, so as long as I don't make my terrarium soaking wet, theoretically I should be fine. Practically, who knows, we'll see. So yeah, I'm not gonna use the layer of pebbles, but I just wanted to let you know that many people do use the layer of pebbles. Okay, so first off, we're just gonna add some soil. Now I'm gonna level this because I wanna create a sort of a slope, and that's where the rocks will come in. Alrighty, so as we can see, we have a shallower layer of medium at the front, and it tends to climb at the back. And that will actually give depth to the display. This is a technique we also use in aquascaping when we're doing artistic tanks, but it definitely does work in terrariums as well. Alrighty, so now comes the truly artistic part, which I'm not sure I'm good at, placing the rocks. So the idea is that I want to place rocks right in front of this moss and give the impression that the moss grows from somewhere behind the rocks. I might have needed bigger rocks, but at this point, we're just gonna do with what we have. And this is quite tricky to film because there are lights and they're bouncing off of this bowl, but I tried to maintain the golden ratio. If you don't know what that is, it's something used in paintings. You want to have a focal point. So in my design here, my focal point is this break between the rocks. If you view it from the front, you can see that this is not in the middle. It's somewhat to one side. And this is because the eyes will focus better if the focal point is not smack in the middle. Now, depending on the size of the painting or of the scape, you can have multiple focal points, but I'm dealing with a very tiny one, so I only need one. Okay, so here we have our little moss. It's kind of full of roots, as you can see. Oh, these pieces look lovely, but they're closer to the source of humidity, as you can see, while the other pieces, not so great. So hopefully it's gonna rejuvenate itself in the terrarium. I do want to split this into multiple pieces, so I'm gonna need to disturb the root ball. Maybe cut away a few stems, we'll see. Okay, so at this point I can separate this entire plant, and I think I have 3 divisions. I think it's all I need. And if I have tiny little bits of moss, even better. So, alrighty, this would be one part, and here I think I have 2 parts. Alrighty, so let's see. I think the biggest piece will sit in this area because the focal point is more to the right. So the bigger piece should be on the left. Yeah, at this point I can see how I needed bigger rocks. And suddenly I can see how it doesn't really match with my focal point. It's going on that direction. And this is the perfect instance for you guys to realize I'm not an artist. The fact that I know about stuff does not make me talented, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, I don't think it looks half bad, actually. So let me try to get the camera level so you see what I'm left with. And here it is. I have less light bouncing back here, but it's glass. I cannot really do much about that. But here you go. This is how it looks like at the moment. For a first attempt, I don't think it's all that bad, actually. And when the moss grows in a little bit, I really hope it's gonna look a little better. So now let's see how to water this baby. Okay, so to water this bowl, I will use a wash bottle. You can find something like this at chemistry supplies, actually. Or maybe crafting supplies, why not? So I'm just gonna try to water pretty much wherever I have moss. But with this, I can direct small quantities of water where I want them most. So I'm gonna wash the little rocks. There we go. I don't necessarily need water in the front, so I'm not gonna insist there, but I will insist wherever I have moss. So this is how things look from above, and this is the front view. We'll see how it goes. I will keep you up to date, and I really hope this little moss will do great. At some point you'll need pruning if it does good, because it's gonna take over everything. So alrighty guys, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe to my channel for regular orchid and plants videos. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that said, I'll see you all next time. Bye. Okay, here's a little sneak preview of the Mosier, which is currently just opening up. Ta-da. Oh my, this is a big bloom. There is no fragrance just yet, it's the first day, but I heard it's really fragrant, so looking forward to this flower opening up. Colors are not impressive, I have to say, but the size is, and let's hope the fragrance is as well.